All right, guys, it's your boy Libs from Conscious Bully Network back with another video. Listen, I don't even really do these reviews like this, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially on movies and stuff like this. But I'm really intrigued right now. Let me tell you how this all panned out, right? I'm watching the show on Netflix, Your Honor, episode 10 with my wife. So I watched that and it went off. And then after that, immediately after that, there was a documentary that came on called Tell Them You Love Me. Now, I didn't watch it, but my wife did. I fell asleep. Now, when I woke up the next day, my wife said, yo, you gotta watch this documentary. And she gave me the nucleus of what it was about. And I said, I'll sit down and watch it. And I watched it, and I'm flabbergasted right now. And that's why I'm making this video, and I can't make this shit up. For all those that know me, know that I tell the truth, I speak my mind, I mean what I say what I mean. Now let's talk about this thing here, right? I'm gonna just give you the rundown from Google. It says here, Anna Stubblefield, an esteemed professor, becomes embroiled in a controversial affair with Derek Johnson, a non-verbal man with cerebral palsy, that eventually leads to a criminal trial challenging perceptions of disability and nature of consent. Now, what do they call that? What they were doing with the keys? They call it what?
Facilitated communication.
Facilitated communication is what we're talking about, right? Okay, so with facilitated communication, basically, these people with cerebral palsy have a form of communication, so it gives them a voice. Now, even though their whole life they've been in the household and they weren't able to do anything, but with this facilitated communication, now they're able to communicate with people and they have a voice. So I bought into it. I'm watching the documentary and I'm saying, this is interesting because there's always new things being discovered and people are getting help out here, and I really bought into it. So the guy Derek Johnson is apparently communicating with Anna Stubblefield, right? He's communicating with her, and I'm like, yeah, this is something that happened back in the day, like in the early 2000s, you know? So I'm like, okay, it's a thing. It's a thing. You know, we all have people in our family that has disabilities. Well, not we all, but some people have people in their family with disabilities, and they would be able to relate. Like if there was a place, you know, you would think that maybe that person could actually graduate from college and have a family and be married and everything with this facilitated communication. So I'm watching a documentary and I'm thinking, like, at first that's where I'm at with it. At first I'm like, yeah, good. Until the part where they're falling in love. The person, the person who's teaching the disabled person how to type words, they have to hold their arm and kind of guide them to the letters to type. Now, at first I'm thinking that, yo, they do have minds. They do have intellects. They just can't speak it out. Now, when they got to the part where I want to have sex with you. I've been dreaming about having sex with you. I even thought that was real because I'm a real person. And I even thought, oh, you in there even though you try not to. I thought that was real until later on, after he says, I want to tell my parents about us. So basically, she had sex with the disabled guy that she was teaching and helping. She had sex with him. She said that he told her to take her shirt off and to take the rest of her clothes off. And apparently he asked her, how do you think we can have sex with my cerebral palsy? And she says, I don't know. It's only one way to find out. And then they have sex. And then he says he wants to tell the family that we're an item. Now, this is what I was thinking at first. If she's doing something wrong, why would she say, I want to tell the rest of the family? Like, if that's really not his words and that's really her words and she's getting it off, why would she expose herself? So it gotta be real. This guy is really improving and he's really communicating, right? Because why would she put herself out there, right? So now, that's what got me thinking that it's real. But after they put their self out there and they bring in other, what they call?
He wasn't a facilitator. I think he was just some kind of
Just
psychologist.
a psychologist. Well, why when they bring in other people, excuse my ignorance, but how come when they bring in other people to verify that this is his thoughts and this is his thinking, why is it not the same way? Why is it mental retardation now?
Why, when the family tried?
Yeah, why when his own family tried, when his mother and his brother tried, it's like, excuse my expressions. I don't mean to offend anyone. I'm just flabbergasted off of this documentary. Yo, why when anybody else try, it's nothing. It's nothing. But when she tries, he's this intellectual genius. And then the part where I found out that where she laid the mat down, the part where I found out that she laid the mat down in the office and he had burns on his back. She was in that office riding the horse. It wasn't him. She took advantage, because if he really loved her and he really was as intellectual as she say he was, he would have made sure that she didn't get in any trouble and he was happy with her, but he didn't argue, do anything. It's all her word against the family's word and he's not involved. That guy is mentally, according to what it says, he's mentally experiencing mentally retardation and he's disabled. And then I looked at him, I said, ain't no way he told her he was all Rico Suave like that and he talked to her like that. That woman is crazy. And I'm summing it up. She got sentenced to 12 years. She only did 2, got out. Listen, you know what else I was thinking? I said, this bitch crazy. She could have got what she wanted from any black man in the road, down the road, would have gave it to her for free if that's what she wanted. I think she was all wrapped up in her studies because her mother taught her about that when she was young. Her mother was into that stuff and she grew up dealing with disabled people, and somehow she done lost her mind. Maybe she was changing his pamper one day and she realized, you know, his ego, you know what I'm saying? And maybe she started wondering things like a kooky person, and she actually went through with it. That's my thoughts on the movie, man. I don't think that she was falsely accused. I don't think that she went to jail for nothing and she was falsely accused. I think that that woman is crazy, because if she wasn't, if he could speak out with you, why won't he speak out with his mama? Why won't he speak out with his brother? Why won't he speak out for you so that you don't have to go to jail? That's my take on it, man. Press like, press share, comment on the video, your take. If you saw the documentary, tell them you love me. It's your boy Lebs. This is my first one, and it's crazy. I'm not gonna go around doing a whole bunch of these or nothing, but when I get a good one, you're gonna hear from me. Until then, I'm gone. Peace.